Alien Romulus, the newest installment in the Alien franchise, is going back to its roots with a heavy emphasis on practical effects. And to celebrate, Fede Alvarez and his team decided to unleash real-life facehuggers and chestbursters all across the globe. While Weta Workshop brought the practical effects to life on the film's set, the team at Creative Character Engineering was tasked with recreating real-world versions of these iconic creatures for San Diego Comic-Con. Here's an inside look at the days leading up to the event. Presented by Alien Romulus. Face your fears in IMAX. In theaters everywhere, August 16th.
Originally, when we were tasked with making these creatures, it was just the facehuggers, and we were talking about some way that we could have somebody able to put on a facehugger that had a little movement to it and looked really astonishing in a short period of time. And then it expanded to the chestbursters. With a film set, you can hide a lot of things with the camera work, or something can be off screen or in shadow, or you can take things out with VFX or all kinds of things. But when something's in front of you, you got to approach it a whole different way. This has all got to live there. If you take a look at these are some of the scans. We got a bunch of different varieties of facehuggers, some that were folded or fallen or had certain things happening to them. But this was one of the most useful ones. This was the hero facehugger. It had nice detail in it. So once we took that and we started breaking it apart, you have to make many, many, many objects, not only to create the internal mechanisms of it, but to subtract one part from another and make things so they're actually able to move. So I tend to try and make the top fingers free, because then everything else sort of lines up. There are some things that were made for the Alien facehugger and the chestburster that could be 3D printed, and we could actually make the end-use product right on the 3D printer. But some things need an intermediary step where you have to mold it, and then you have to make silicone part out of it. We ran all of our tails in that so it would be nice and floppy. So we actually made this sacs on the side of the face inflate by the actor's own breathing. And typically you wouldn't do that. I mean, a lot of the time you would have an off-camera tube or something like that. But for everything that we're doing, we have to have everything that's been able to control by the actor. On the inside, we've designed it so any actor can just come along and put in their own scuba mouthpiece. Not only does it inflate the sacs, but it gives you a really nice point to hold the face onto. So if you put it on your knee, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Then you can get both hands inside and then let go. And you're on. This is the nuts and bolts of the chestburster. It's a tricky thing, and I was trying to figure out, it's like a magic trick. It goes around you and there's a pin here that goes in. You have this around one arm, and as long as you keep your arm down here, it's not gonna fire, but as soon as you go up, it fires.
I'm gonna hold this closed right now, so if you wanna move your arm up to know how much room you have, you can go about that far before it starts to deploy. So you wanna go up.
So one of the things we did a lot of testing on was, how does the chestburster come through a t-shirt or a shirt? So what we had to do is we had to get a t-shirt that we custom printed with our own patterns, and we pre-scored, and there's got a piece of Kleenex actually behind it. So it's going to look like it's coming through the t-shirt. So there it is. After all that, our chestbursters and facehuggers are ready, and the only thing left to do is pack up and head for Comic-Con.
With Comic-Con just days away, the team prepares for a Hall H panel that fans will never forget. But Fede and the Alien Romulus crew have one more surprise up their sleeves. Weta Workshop is on the scene with the actual remote-controlled facehuggers used on the film set. And now, with all systems go, it seems the old adage is about to come true. In Comic-Con's Hall H, no one can hear you scream.
Really excited about all the practical effects that you guys are going to be using on the movie. Do you ever have nightmares about getting attacked by facehuggers?
I actually, it's a really good question, and I actually do. And I keep having them, and it's, you're laughing. It's not funny. It's, wake up in the middle of the night sweat.
Alien Romulus hits theaters on August 16th. Face your fears in IMAX. And for everything else, Alien Romulus, keep it locked to IGN.